Everyone. The topic which I'm going to talk is about beards. What is the history of beard? Beard have protected from the elements and prompted duels. Beards are currently trendy, but their popularity has cycled. Prehistoric men are believed to have had thick beards for protection from both the elements and other men during fights. They also may have been an intimidation factor as they made the jaw look bigger and more menacing. Beards have often been said to project a strong sense of masculinity, and a big beard was a sign of honor in ancient times. Cutting off one's beard was used as a punishment. Then things changed around the time of Alexander the Great in the mid 300s BCE. He banned beards on his soldiers because he feared that enemies could use them to pull them in for attack. In Middle Ages, it was considered highly offensive to touch another man's beard and could lead to a duel. In 18th century, beards fell out of favor, then returned during Victorian's time. Beard wearing has had and will continue to have many different influences, including politicians, celebrities, religion, and societal changes. Hans Langseth of 1912 grew his beard to a record setting 5.33 meters, which is 17.5 feet long. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, very good presentation about on beards. Now, what made you to take this topic, Mughal?
Sir, my father, I thought of my father, so he doesn't grows beard. I haven't seen him with beard, sir.
Hmm.
So I was in the thought of taking
Okay,
this
okay,
topic.
okay, okay. Good, good. But it's a nice presentation. Okay, a lot of historic things, and it's very nice. Anybody wants to comment on this, on our speech? But very interesting. No, I am more interested in the
Great
content.
topic, sir.
Yeah, I am more interested in the content, no, and like Rishmita as well as Mughal Sri, why they took this topic and what made them to take the topic. These are something very interesting. And he talks about one's experience. Like for example, Mughal said, "Our father is always a clean-shaven man. I know it." And then obviously, she loved to see her father with beard at least once in her lifetime. Am I correct, Mughal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you express that to your father, he will do it. At least for you. When you say, he will not say no.
Sir, I have asked him so many times, but he used to say that it's not coming, it's not growing for me. He used to
No,
say,
no,
sir.
it will grow. If you leave it, I mean, initially, if it is not growing the way it grows to others, but it may look awkward for a month or so. That is I think some uneasiness may be there with them. But once after 1 month or 2 months, it will be, as good as somebody else. Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
you tell him,
Yes.
because I have to, because my elder son, he did not get beard when after going to school college, but the younger was having a very big beard, so the elder was not having it. He was a bit worried, what is this and all. But then later on, what happened, I said one day, don't shave anything, you leave it just like this for 3-4 months. And he left it, and then afterwards it grown like anything, and you need to leave it for more time to start with. And then once then you know how it what trick works for for growing beard, that you will understand depending on their own skin, etc. They can find the trick. So anyway, it's good. Both Rashmita and Mughal have touched upon some very delicate topics, very interesting topics. Yeah. Who is the next? I mean, I think let me comment on
Sir,
Renuka.
can I?
Yeah, Yarsida, 1 minute. Renuka was talking about they are taking a tiffin box to school and they're finishing the lunch within some 10 minutes or so. But how many tiffin box you are taking, Renuka?
One only, sir.
No, no, no. You should take at least 2 tier, or I think you should ideally should take 3 tier. And this is the problem with all our Indian students. They take only 1 tier. In 1 tier, you cannot have many varieties, no? You eat more only when there are varieties. Many mothers have asked this question to me, sir, எங்கள் பையன் சாப்பிடவே மாட்டேங்கிறான் சார், என்ன பண்ணுறது சார்? Then I asked them, I used to tell them, you come to my home once and you will understand. Otherwise, I will bring my 2 kids to your house They will finish off everything from your kitchen in one full day. Nothing will be there. They will eat anything you give and then they will eat heavily also. So I said, the idea is to make somebody to eat more is to provide varieties. So the variety will make you to take consume more. So let your mother give 2 or 3 tire and give variety. And lunch is very important for all of us. Midday meal is you should have a heavy meal. Yeah, Arshida, yes, please.
Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir. Greetings, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the discrimination between girls and boys.
Arshida, something,
So,
some
the causes of gender
Arshida.
discrimination.
Right. Now the audio is okay. I think earlier the audio was not good. Carry on.
Causes of gender discrimination. There are many causes of gender discrimination. The first one has to be illiteracy. When people do not educate themselves, they continue to live in the old times. Thus, they follow the old age sexist traditions and norms. Education can bring about a change in this mindset because educated people will less likely partake in gender discrimination. Further, poverty is also another reason which is interlinked in a way. It is the root cause in many places because the economic dependence remains on the male counterparts mostly. Thus, women suffer a lot from it because of the same reason. They never get out of this and stay financially dependent on men. Furthermore, the patriarchal setup in our society plays a big role. In this setup, the male dominates almost every aspect of life. Thus, they consider themselves to be superior to others. This way, a lot of violence and injustice is meted are against females. Thus, when there is a gender considering themselves to be superior, it becomes difficult for everyone to avail equal opportunities. Thank you.
Yeah, Arshida, again, I am very much impressed today because of the topics that you are choosing. Either Rishmita or Mughal or you are touching upon some salient topics, particularly Rishmita and yourself about the family. It's good. I would recommend Rishmita and Arshida, both of you, to develop this speech little bit and make a nice video and send it to me. Will you do, Rashmita?
Okay, sir.
Rashmita,
Okay,
madam?
sir.
Try to do it. Same with the same tone and style. Everything is okay. Little bit more content you add here and there, and then make it 2 minute kind of thing. That was very good because what Arshida spoke is the discrimination. This is something which I think all of us have to be very ashamed of, including me. No, because this society we discriminate female in all possible ways. No, including me. I mean including me. Even I was also like that. Even though I am educated, Arshida, even though I am educated, I was like that because that is the way I have grown over a period of time when I was young. We have grown like that. No, we are not given much work. Only the females were given much work, and we are said to believe that we have got a better brain than females, and we are said to believe that we have got very good physique compared to the counterparts. All these things were there. It was there in my gene till some 30 years or 35 years or something like that. And then maybe due to the
Yes, sir. The reason I took this was, my surrounding also was like that. My grandmother used to give importance to boys as well because they are more strong or don't know why, but that's why I just wanted to describe
No, that's
why do these people.
yeah. Absolutely, 100%, 200%. You are correct. It happened with me. Forget about others. As educated as me, it was with me. Maybe it took me so much time and then lot of consciousness to find out that I have behaved in a bad way in my life for so many years. And then today I am a slightly different man altogether. But then it's a very, very important topic. You touched upon illiteracy, poverty, and then that physical body. I think these are the three things which I noted. It's very interesting. Okay. So, I mean, I suggest Rashmita, Rashida to bring in little bit of solution or possible solutions to this problem in your video.
Sure, sir.
When you make whatever, no, don't think whether right or wrong. Don't bother about it. No, you can bring in your own little bit one or two solution, partial solutions to this, so that the society will, slowly they will change, and then at some point of time, these things will be evened out. Okay, I think it's very interesting. Anybody wants to comment? Okay, good. Next, we will go to whom? Yoga Priya, you have made it. You have made a point. No, you made your speech.
No, sir.
Yeah, Kirti Sri, you want to speak? Yes, you can.
Hello all. Today's topic is what happens if the sun dies. As sun dies, it will swell before exploding into a planetary nebula. In the coming few billion years, the sun will gradually run out of hydrogen fuel and begin to fuse heavier elements. Its core will become denser while its outer layers grow hotter, expanding outward and evaporating all Earth's water. Eventually, the sun will be 100 times bigger than it is now, engulfing Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. When it eventually runs out of fuel, it will eject its material outward in an expanding shell of gas, leaving behind a superdense but dim white dwarf star. Thank you.
Kirti, is it science or fiction?
Science, sir.
Oh, okay. If that is thing, then I think we have to be little. I'm scared, a little bit scared. If it is a fiction, it's a nice fiction, nice creativity, and but if it's a science, I think we are a little bit scared. But of course, this will happen after so many lakhs of years, isn't it? Not in the immediate future.
Yes.
Anyway, I think hats off to you for this little bit of information, because she says the sun will become 100 times bigger and the outer surface will become much hotter, warmer, so that it engulf earth itself. My God, what is this thing? I think today I will not get sleep at all because of Kirti Sri's this talk. Okay, thank you, Kirti. We will go to next person.
Sir, shall I?
Yeah, please, Samita.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. First of all, happy National Sports Day to all. Today is National Sports Day. Do you like playing sports with your family or friends?
Yeah, with friends, yes.
Yes, sir. I also playing sports with friends. The National Sports Day in India is celebrated on 29 August on the birth anniversary of hockey player Major Dhyan Chand. This day marks the birthday of Major Dhyan Chand Singh, the hockey player who won gold medals in Olympics for India in the years 1928, 1932 and 1936. He scored 570 goals in his career from 1926 to 1949, according to his autobiography, Goals. After putting his stamp on international hockey arena and having served his country to reach its pinnacles of glory multiple times, he was a legendary figure in the Indian and world hockey. The most noted memorial for him were the Major Dhyan Chand Award, the highest award for lifetime achievement in sports and games in India, and the National Sports Day celebrations on his birthday. Major Dhyan Chand learnt the game of hockey from his coach Pankaj Gupta. There is no one who has reached his level in hockey. The birth anniversary of hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand is on 29 August 1905. National Sports Day is a public holiday celebrated in various countries to honor the national sports teams and sport icons of those countries. On this day, people from different age groups take a part in sports like kabaddi, marathon, basketball, hockey, etc. Thank you to all.
Yeah, thank you, Samita. Before going to others, it's a nice talk. Interesting that you touched upon that today is the National Sports Day. Before going on to the others' speech, can I just we will see a small PPT on some important aspects of English. Okay, then we will go back to Vogapriya, Dharani Priya, and Premi. Okay, we will go back to them. Is it okay with you, the girls?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. See, this is how do we make sentences? No, when there is a hypothetical conditions. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Communicative English PPT 12. We have already seen 11 PPTs. This is the 12th PPT. Let us see. Hypothetical conditions means that is, no, you don't know whether it will happen or not, but then thinking that or assuming that it will happen, then how do you make a sentence to express that particular thing? If I had married her, I would have been happy. If I had married her, I would have been happy. So this is the way we will make sentence if you want to say that no, some hypothetical conditions. You are not married to her. You don't know whether you will marry with that lady or not. But still, if I had married her, I would have been happy. So this is way you do it. You can use I had married past perfect. One part of the sentence will refer to past perfect. The other part is about future, no, future tense. Then what would have happened if we had batted first in a cricket match? You know, suppose we have won or we have lost, then they will discuss what would have happened if we had batted first. Here again, had batted is past perfect, would have happened is a future perfect. So they are combining this with if, and that makes a sentence to express any hypothetical conditions. What would have happened if we had batted first? If I had studied well, I would have passed the exam. If I had studied well, I would have passed the exam. If I had been a police officer, I would have arrested the thief. If the car been Zen, not card, car been Zen, I would have bought it. The car been Zen.
Sir, is this if condition?
Yeah, if only when if is there. Either if will come in the beginning or if will come in the end, in the middle. Okay. So now I request, before going to next slide, just make one sentence with if. I'll join in 1 minute. Just make it, and then once I come back, you can read that. 1 minute. Yes, I am back. Can any one of you make a...
Sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Why can't the last sentence be like, if the car were then I would have bought it?
No. The car where is past tense. It has to be a past perfect. Here, been is past perfect. Been is a past perfect. It has to be past perfect and future. Future perfect or future, future perfect you can call it. So you have to combine this with if. Can anyone, I mean, as no, I don't know. See, any language is interesting only when there are less rules and a lot of breaking the rules. There is a lot of exceptions. So, English is not an exception to this. Almost all languages. So you will have some grammar rules, but there will always be exceptions. So, that is the reason why sometimes you will find, no, grammatically it is not correct, but actually it is correct. So, because there are a lot of exceptions are there. It is not as mathematics where you have a plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. It is not like that. Language is an art, and then it will have a lot of exceptions depending on the situations. Okay. Can any one of you make a sentence?
If the corona had not arrived in India, the school would not be closed.
If the corona had not arrived India, school would have been closed. No, what did you? Can you come again? Again?
If the corona had not arrived in India, the school would not be closed.
Okay, good. Anybody? One more person?
Sir, shall I, sir?
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
Yes,
Any one of?
I-
Yeah,
Sir, I am willing, sir.
yeah.
If I had been the Prime Minister of Afghanistan, I would have faced the.
I would have saved
I would have saved the people of Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Okay, good. I think it's enough. I think you understood. We need not go to everybody. I'll go to the next slide if you don't mind. If you don't mind.
Sir, I would.
Yeah. Please. You. Yeah.
If I had a pet dog, I would have been playing with it.
If I had a pet dog, I would have been playing with it. Okay. What stops you in getting a pet dog, Kirti? What stops you buying a pet dog? I think I ask you.
Because my sister will afraid of dogs.
Oh,
sir.
dogs. Okay. Let me go to the next slide if you don't
Sir.
mind. Yes. Yeah.
if I had done my homework, I wouldn't have frightened to go to class.
Correct. Okay. Good. I think I understood. By looking at one or two example, I understood. Okay. Let's go to a little bit of vocabulary. I don't know whether I have not heard of these words. I mean, some I've heard, but not some of these words. It's not common to me. My usage. I thought I will share it with luxuriate in. Okay. How do we pronounce this, Arshida? Luxuriate. Luxuriate in. No. Have you ever luxuriated in the serene atmosphere of any village? It is a very rich experience. I think the meaning is rich experience. So, have you ever luxuriated in the serene atmosphere of any village? Like that. That's using that luxuriate in a sentence. Then the next is deprived of. This I am very much comfortable with this. Deprived of education, man feels suppressed or man feels suffocated. Deprived of education, man feels suffocated or crossed in love. Crossed in love, Raju has become a saint. So, what is the meaning of crossed in love here? Is it
Failed, sir.
failed? Yes, correct. That's failed in love. He has become a saint. Okay, let me see one more vocabulary. Travel, stained and tired. So the sentence is travel, stained and tired. The pilgrims are taking rest now. Okay. Then inspired by the poem. I don't know. I have not. No. Can you complete this? Inspired by the poem. Yeah. Can you complete this? Anybody?
Inspired by the poem, I have achieved many things in my life.
Okay. Inspired by the poem, I have achieved many things in life. Okay. Maybe a better sentence.
Inspired by the poem, I became a poet.
I became a poet. I think that looks very suitable. Inspired by the poem, I started writing a poetry or whatever. I became a poet. Okay, right. Good. I think let's go to one more slide. The last slide, I think. Not 1 in 1,000 dogs will know what to do with the cat if he catches her. Very interesting. Can anybody read the title? Rashmita, can you read the title?
Yes, sir. Not one in 1,000 dogs will know what to do with the cat if he catches her.
Yeah, it's actually, this is a real life situation. No? When the dog catches a cat and the dog get confused what to do with that. So now this is a sentence made and there are 4 more sentences. All 4 are correct. There's nothing wrong with the other 4 sentences, but which looks very apt. You have to find out. And I ask Arshida to read all the 4.
Yes, sir. Not one in 1,000 dogs would know what to do with the cat if he catches her. Not one in 1,000 would know what to do with the cat if he catches her. It is pity that not one in 1,000 know what to do with the cat if they catch her. Only 1 in 1,000 dogs know what to do with the cat if he catches her.
Yeah. When I saw this, I fell in love with this particular part of that para. So I just took it. All 4 are correct, and now we have to tell which is very apt or sounds good. I just want
Second one, sir.
Last one, sir.
1 minute. Second one, can anybody read?
Third one, sir.
Okay, third one, second one, third one. First one, nobody said.
Sir, last one is up, sir.
Okay, last, only 1 in 1,000 dogs knows what to do with the cat if he catches her. No, there's slight difference between the 4th one and the original one. What is the...
The itself got changed, sir.
No, wait. No. What is the difference, Mugil? Who said this? Mugil, what is the difference between the original one and the 4th one? Just find out.
In thousands of in first one, sir, in thousands of dogs, not even a single one knows what to do with the cat, sir. And here only one knows, only one among the dogs know what to do with the cat, sir.
So, does it really convey the same meaning as the original one?
No, sir.
There is some deviation. Okay, that way, to that extent, I reject the 4th one because it is not reflecting the true sense of the original one. Okay, then go to the 3rd one. Who said 3rd?
Sir, me, sir.
Yeah, what is that? Read the 3rd one.
It is pity that no one in 1,000 know what to do with the cat if they catch her.
No, you read it properly. I think there is a mistake in reading.
It is pity that not one in 1,000 know what to do with the cat if they catch her.
Okay, so what is the problem with this and the first one, original one and this one?
Sir, shall I?
No, one minute. We'll go one by one. Mugil, not Mugil, sorry. Yoga, you tell me. No, you only read it. You only said 3rd is correct. All 4 are correct. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the grammar and all 4 are acceptable. Even in the book it is given like that. So I think it should be correct. It's not my statement. It is book. But which is more apt? Why the 3rd is not very apt? Anybody else can say other than Yoga also.
This is happy or sad, pity.
Sir, they.
Yeah.
They do not pinpoint on that, sir.
What
So
madam?
how can they say it is pity?
Acha, they should not use a word like pity, love and other things. Okay. What?
He and they, sir.
Okay, what else? What else difference? Just see it once again and find the difference. See, in the 3rd one, they are not referring to dog at all. Are they referring to dog in the 3rd one?
Sir, they have written only 1,000, sir.
Yeah, there is no dogs. That word dog is missing. Okay, it is implied. Even though it is implied, but then when you see this sentence alone without any context, then you may get confused, no? It is pity that not 1 in 1,000 know what to do with the cat if they catch her. So it looks like you. It may even convey that not 1 in 1,000 human beings know what to do with the cat if they catch her. So you can even think like that. You can assume it like that. Am I making it a point to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So that way, I think third also may not be the most apt sentence.
So first one is the correct, sir.
No. Okay, who said that? Can you justify that?
Not 1 in 1,000 dogs. They have mentioned the dogs, the cat, catches, or everything as such, sir.
Yeah, I think looks like not 1 in 1,000 dogs would know what to do with the cat if he catches her. Okay, why not second one?
The dogs are not
just
mentioned.
I give this chance to Arshida. You why not the second one? Or maybe Premi, she has not spoken. No? Premi, can you tell me his second one is apt?
1 second, sir. Here also the word dog,
Dog
did
is
not
not
come
there.
through.
I think the most apt, at least to my knowledge, is the first one. And the book says all the four are correct. So I go by that. The first one is more apt. The question itself is which is more apt. That's the way they asked. So do we learn something from this, Archita?
Yes, sir.
Or others? Dharani
Yes, sir.
Priya, are we learning something from this?
Yes, sir.
See, many a times why I took this, many a times we may make a sentence like second, third, or fourth, and then we would think that we have made it perfectly. But then there could have been a more apt sentence that we can make. So that is very important. I think in our refinement of language, we need to learn this little bit small thing. Anyway, I'll send this to you by WhatsApp without any problem. Now we will go to we'll go to the speech. Who is coming? Who is left over? Then Premi. Yeah, Yoga Priya. Yes, yeah.
A warm welcome to everyone. Today I'm going to talk about why do we need hobbies. Before talking about this, I just want to tell what is meant by hobby. An activity that is done in one's leisure time for pleasure is called hobby. It develops new skill. It will help you to relax. It will make you to feel happy by spending time with what you want to do. It will reduce your stress for few minutes. It will also improve your mental health and well-being. Not engaging with hobby is not a big issue. It is just an activity to make you relax. Have a useful hobby like reading books, cycling, etc. Through this, you may develop your skills. Instead of having coffee on your leisure time, have a hobby. Choose a hobby that makes you happy. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I would recommend yoga. I think it's good. Good, you took this topic. You nicely done it with less modulations. With less modulation, your speech became more sweet. I would say. What do you feel, others? Mugil, what do you feel? Her speech today is better than her past speeches.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is better, Yoga Priya. So I think you really bringing in some good changes for your this English spoken language. I think I should appreciate that, and I would request Yoga Priya also to develop this matter and make a small video out of it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, maybe add some content on that. Only one catch I have, one problem I have. If I have listened to it properly, hobby is an activity which we engage in a pleasure time for getting pleasure. That's what you said.
Leisure time for pleasure,
Leisure
sir.
time. I heard as a pleasure time. Pleasure time to get pleasure like that. Leisure time to get pleasure. Okay, correct. I think that's a nice thing. But how do we solve some of these hearing problem? Leisure and pleasure, it sounds similar to others. How do we distinguish this?
You can tell it slowly, sir. Pressure, pleasure.
Leisure, no, she says leisure and pleasure. But how do we really cope up with this? Any idea?
Sir, usage in the sentence, sir.
Yeah, she's using in the sentence, but then I'm hearing, even though I am very keenly listening to it, I heard it as a pleasure time for getting pleasure, like that I heard. So how do we avoid this?
By pronouncing the word properly, sir.
Okay, one way is by pronouncing the word properly. I fully agree with you, Mughal. But is there any other way? Rashmita, is there any other way?
Switching on,
Yes, Premi?
by switching on the video, we can see a lip movement, sir.
No, 1 minute. Premi, yeah, come again.
By switching on the video, we can look at their lip movement, sir. From that, we can find it out.
Oh my God. Okay. No, you cannot dictate terms with the listener. No, listener will even keep his eyes closed and then he will listen. No, we cannot dictate that. Yes, Renuka.
We can pronounce in a slow manner, sir. Pleasure.
I think Yoga Priya today she's slow. I mean, she's at the right speed. I don't know whether if she reduces the speed some more. I do not know. Okay. Rishmita, you have any comment on any suggestions?
Don't know, sir.
No, see now my problem is yes, Yoga Priya, yeah.
Instead of pleasure, I can use free time.
Right. This is
So that,
exactly what I wanted
content will be
to.
known.
This is exactly what I wanted from you. So leisure and pleasure, you know very well it may create confusion in the minds of the listener. So let us avoid that one of the words. You instead of spelling, instead of pronouncing leisure, you can say free time or pastime or whatever. This strategy is
Okay,
better?
sir.
No, I'm asking others. Is this strategy better?
Yes, sir.
Dharani Priya or others, your comments. Is this strategy of not using two words in the same sentence which sounds alike is a better strategy in a spoken
Yes, sir.
language?
I agree with you.
Yeah, so you just try this. I think this is a new dimension which I thought. But Yoga Priya dot she could get it. That she said, okay, no, it's fine. Good. I'm also learning, Anyway, I'm learning every day from you. All right. Can we go on next to who? Dharani Priya?
Sir, today I have nothing to say.
Yeah, you.
I haven't prepared.
No problem. Who else is there?
Evening, sir.
Premi, Premi, please.
Good evening, everyone. Today, let us see what happens when there is no oxygen in the environment. So, can anyone guess?
I think some audio problem is there. Premi, audio problem is there. Seems to be there.
Is it clear, sir?
Now you start off.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Let us see what happens when there is no oxygen in the environment. Can anyone guess out?
We will all die.
Yes, sir. Firstly, our organs, mainly lungs, it will burst. Then sun will look like a lighthouse. How will it be? Very much small light will be like that. And water, it is H2O. And that oxygen will be removed. So there will be no water. Ozone layer will completely dissolve. And the sunlight will straight away touch our skin, and the skin cancer, many problems will be. Aeroplane will just fall on our head. Sun, then irritation, noise. There will be irritating noise heard to us. And at vacuum, we all know that at vacuum, electricity is a good conductor. And finally, due to oxygen deficiency, we'll all die.
Okay, Premi, I think thanks for your fiction. I think it's quite interesting. But which will happen first? Maybe you need to come again. Maybe you develop this fiction and write a small poem on this.
Okay, sir.
Or you send me the essay type. I will make a poem out of it. If you can make it, it's great. Or sir, making a poem is difficult. You send me the essay type. I will make a English poem and send it back to you.
Yes, sir.
But it's a nice fiction. But what will happen first and next and etc. We need to really look at. I do not know. Maybe some doctors like Mughal Sri only, or we have one person, one Jyoti is there in the group. She is the future doctor. We will ask her.
But everything will happen in a second, sir.
Yes, true. May not be in a second, but immediately within the short period. But which one will be the first? That will be the matter for our fiction, for our poem. I'm saying exactly what will happen. Let's not bother about it. But then, to make a poem, if the fiction is very close to the reality, that would be better. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because any of these poems will have an exaggeration and little bit of you can even lie little bit. No, not everything should be the truth. No, little bit of lie also is okay, right? Lavanya, you want to share a minute a member today? Are you?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Fantastic afternoon, everybody present here. I'm very glad to share you the topic which I'm going to display with my voice. The question is here: is joint family system is better? In my point of view, it is not a better system. It is a best system. Family is one of the universal and permanent institution of the mankind. The family does not consist only of the father, mother, and children, but also of uncles, aunties, cousins, grandparents, etc. Extended family is organized on a close blood relationship. In my view, even today, as in the past, joint family system is the best, especially for children, because it play an potential role in the personality formation of a children, because child get all kind of love from varieties of relationship and from different persons. At last, other thing may change us, but we start and end with the family. I take this to my life. Thanks for a bunch of love.
Okay, thank you, Lavanya, for your nice speech. I think this is the first time you made a speech here.
No, sir, second time.
But it's very interesting and you touched upon a very important topic. I request you to develop this topic little bit and then make a small video and send it to me.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I mean, video, your face may be there or may not be there, or even if it is there, just for half a minute or so, you can show your face, and then you can show some, some trees or something, and make this video as a 2-minute video. So, and include some more content, and then let us see how it comes. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Okay. I think before we close this, I think we have exceeded some time, but never mind. If I can request Mughil to help me, Mughil, I am just showing you. I will show you that PPT. We read out all the slides once again for the benefit of our students who have joined late.
Yes, sir.
Will you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah, you read it.
Yes, sir. Communicative English. Okay, sir.
Yeah, you read it. Yeah.
Communicative English PPT 12. Hypothetical conditions. If I had married her, I would have been happy. What would have happened if we had battered first? If I have studied well, I would have passed the exam. If I had been a police officer, I would have arrested the thief. If the car been Zen, I would have bought it.
Okay.
Vocabulary. Luxuriate in. Have you ever luxuriated in the serene atmosphere of any
serene atmosphere.
serene atmosphere of any village? Deprived of education, man feels suppressed. Crossed in love, Raju has become a saint. Vocabulary. Travel, stained and tired. Travel, stained and tired. The pilgrims are taking rest now. Inspired by the poem, I became a poet.
Okay, good.
Not one in a thousand dogs will know what to do with a cat if he catches her. Not one in a thousand dogs would know what to do with the cat if he catches her. Not one in a thousand would know what to do with the cat if he catches her. It is pity that not one in a thousand know what to do with the cat if they catch her. Only one in thousand dogs know what to do with the cat if he catches her.
Yeah, in this slide, the original one is given on the top, and on the bottom there are four different sentences are given. All four sentences are correct grammatically, etc. But the one is more apt and very close to the original. The first one is more apt and very close to the original, but all four are correct. So that is just to show you how you can reframe the sentences, no, and without changing the meaning too much. So to show that we have kept this particular thing. So I thank you so much for all of you for coming over to this class. We will meet again in